Hello everybody and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved Custom Scenarios. My voice is feeling a little bit hoarse because I've recorded a couple of different videos and deleted them before this one because they were terrible scenarios. Just awful. I mean, I've played some mess scenarios before, but there are just a couple that I played this in preparation for this one. Trying to find some good content that were absolutely horrible. No effort in spelling. Just, like, gave up halfway through the scenario. No stat increases. It was unwinnable. Just, ridiculous nonsense. Really makes me angry. Anyway, let's go ahead and play a Jurassic scenario. Jurassic, Disease, I think? No, Jurassic Plague. That's the one. By Joaquin Zabelique, I guess? I don't know. John Hammond's dream come true. Jurassic Park is open and a success. But once dinosaurs are exposed to modern pathogens, a new disease mutates, infecting humans as well. Will life find a way? It always finds a way. When will people learn? It always finds a way. ATP boost, Darwinist, aquatic extremophile, and symptostasis. JPX. All right, why not? Welcome to Jurassic Park. Here in Jurassic Park, your safety and commodity is our #1 priority. Commodity? We spared no expense. I have an island a few miles off the coast. I rented it to the Costa Rica government. We spared no expense. They spared no expense is what you mean to say, I'm sure. All right. JPX begins in Las Cinco Muertes. Infected its first human. Los Cinco Muertes? Oh, they renamed Cuba or the Caribbean. Yeah, okay, sure, why not? So I got a little island off the coast of Costa Rica. It's going to have dinosaurs. And we open a theme park. And it seems like a great idea, except it never is. And I don't know how they haven't figured this out after like 3 or 4 movies. But no one thought about the pathogens and how they would mutate inside of the dinosaurs. So here we go. Whoa. Fair bit of customization here. Transmission. We have containment anomaly. Some illness carrier dinosaurs escape the park, increasing infectivity, land transmission, and mutation. Doesn't really matter until we get off the island, but thank you. Oh, dear God. This is going to be one of those things where I can't pronounce anything because I don't remember any of my dinosaur stuff from when I was a kid because I never got that far into it despite all the other kids doing so, and I was singled out and humiliated for it. Why don't I remember any of these things? Compsognathus. Compsognathus 1. Disease carrier carnivores, yet harmless small theropod. Increased infectivity, especially in urban regions, and mutation. All right, volcanic ashes. Mount Sibo, or Sibo, I don't know. Activity raises temperature in Isla Nublar. And dinosaurs adapt. Hot climates. Poaching. Large carnivore dinosaurs become popular as hunting trophies. I can't imagine why. Gosh dang, you better believe if there was freaking dinosaurs around the planet and I could get a gun and go shoot a T-Rex and mount its head on my wall, I'd be the first to do it. Screw your laws! Increases infectivity, especially in poor regions, and mutation chance. Livestock. Hydrosaurids. Rural regions, okay. Pterosaur. Flying reptiles. Arid environments. Alright. Mosasaur. Marine. Humid. That's probably good for us. I don't know what starts in the Caribbean. Poor, rural, humid, and hot. Okay, well, we'll go for humid and rural in order to try and get some form of early game spread. I don't ever start in the Caribbean. I don't think I've ever literally once started in the Caribbean, so I have no idea what kind of a spread pattern I might expect here. Let's go for symptoms. We have nausea, coughing, rash, anemia, cysts, and insomnia, all pretty standard things. Let's go for the rash and the sweating. Start working toward them skin lesions because skin lesions are good. 8 DNA is all we're looking for, ba-boom. Fever, all right. Then for our abilities, we have none of our normal stuff. Okay. Feathers, cold temperatures and climates. Scaly skin, hot temperatures. Okay, so we do have our cold and heat resistance, but at least they're customized in a sensible way. Thank you. Pets. Dinosaurs become popular as animal companions. Well, that can't possibly go wrong. Increase effectiveness in the wealthy countries. Yeah, so it's drug resistance, but not resistance. It's just freaking taking ancient behemoths into their homes, like idiots. Homeothermy. Warm-blooded dinosaurs can survive in most environments. How is it different from scaly skin? I don't know. Oh, I know why. Okay, I'm trying to think in terms of bacteria terms. This is bacterial shell. So it's most environment resistance. Got it. Okay, now I know where we're going with that. Not arid. Poor? Yeah, let's go for some poaching off the coast of Costa Rica. Necrosis? Whoa, no, way too early. No. I mean, I love necrosis, but now is not the time, Kato. Let's go for cysts and coughing, and I probably should get sneezing. Did I not get symptostasis? I feel like this is more expensive than usual. Am I crazy? I might be crazy. We're going to pick up pneumonia. Apparently, the Caribbean now has an airport, and it goes to Germany. Sure, all right, why not? I do think that we're going to want some sort of urban or wealthy transmission. Yeah, probably the small theropods would make some sense. 13 DNA. Just want to spread a little bit faster in Europe. We should be getting a good amount of DNA from the severity we have. Anytime you can get the skin lesions early on, that tends to work out pretty well for you. I am going to go for the small pets because idiot, wealthy people who don't understand that God destroyed dinosaurs for a reason are going to take them into their homes and deserve to die. Let's go ahead and get rid of that pulmonary edema. Let's see. I kind of would like to get some cold resistance. I mean, we did start in a hot nation, which means we kind of need the cold resistance, so we're going to go for that. This is a pretty interesting airport. It really does get around in a lot of different places. So are the dinosaurs released yet, or what? Or are we just expecting that they are carriers for this new germ, and they're going to stay nice and contained in their island? Because as far as I'm concerned, anything Jurassic related, if the dinosaurs don't escape and eat a few people, it probably wasn't even worth it. Just saying. Let's go for the hypersensitivity. That works out pretty well for the wealthy countries. Abscesses is tempting, but I think it might be a little bit too much severity at this stage of the game. Nausea could be all right. Vomiting could be all right. I think we save up for a little bit more cold resistance with extra feathers, like so. Do we want to go for more pets? Clever girl. The Velociraptor replaced the dog as a guide and crawling animal. As guide and crawling animal. I mean, you're not thinking the clever girl is like for the blind, are you? Because that's just a recipe for absolute disaster and hilarity. I think it might be. Do we want to have velociraptors? Sure! Clever girl! Lead people around. I'm sure they won't develop a pack mentality and eat people. No! Alright, we actually do need some more severity at this stage. I'm going to go for the paralysis. Setting up for the coma. We do need to make sure we get into Greenland before we go too crazy, but I am hopeful that we'll see that pretty soon. Let's go for some land transmission. A bit more rural would make sense in a place like Russia. First death in Mexico. Abscesses mutates for free. We are in Greenland. Any other major islands? Yes, actually, Madagascar. Ah, yes. Okay, let's go for the pterosaur in order to get... I assume the P is still silent there, by the way. I don't actually know. Let's try to get a little bit of extra air transmission. Hopefully a boat comes from Saudi Arabia and gets into Madagascar ASAP. We are going to have to start ramping up that necrosis about now. We're kind of getting to that point. Ship transmission will do fine. Let's pick that up next. Please and thank you, get a boat into Madagascar. That wasn't it. There it is. Okay, is that it? Yes, I feel good about this. All right, it's time for the necrosis and coma. Let's slow down that cure. Also pick up the total organ failure and the hemorrhagic shock. Super lethality ramping up. And there we go. So this scenario doesn't have really much customization or any customization in the symptoms, which is one of the reasons the symptoms are working out to be fairly balanced. But at least there's a good amount of customization in the transmission and in the abilities. We do, by the way, need a bit more arid transmission, so let's do that. Also, the extreme reptile infection, especially in humid and arid climates, and plain ship transmission. Well, I only need hot climates, because that's the section of Africa that I'm kind of missing right now. We are in every country. We just need to be careful. Well, we have necrosis. What am I worried about? They're not going to die fast enough. They'll be fine. Okay, yeah, never mind. We're completely fine. Let's go ahead and ramp up some more symptoms with dysentery and the internal hemorrhaging, and then I think we just go for a couple levels of genetic reshuffle. Dinosaur genetic reshuffle. I don't know. Dinosaur? Did I just say Dinosaur? Dinosaur genetics reshuffled. That's what I meant to say. So it doesn't look like the dinosaurs got to escape and eat anybody, and that means I'm incredibly disappointed. But it's still a good scenario, ultimately, because remember, again, the point isn't to get dinosaurs to get out and eat people. It's just to spread a disease, which means the symptoms not having any customization involving, you know, Tyrannosaurus chomping on a few people is fine. It was supposed to only focus on the diseases. Really, with the transmissions and abilities is where the uniqueness needed to be, and it was there, so there's really not a lot to complain about there. That actually is completely fine. I just like a little bit of chomp chomp. That's all I'm saying. 447 days, 20% cure progress, 56,623 points, 2 stars because we took a little bit too long. Probably because my timing was off, not getting that Acrosis a little bit earlier, but I was a little worried about Madagascar. I'm not accustomed to starting in the Caribbean, so that messes that up. Not that it matters. I don't know why I feel the need to defend myself. It's actually a completely fine scenario, and yeah, I would recommend it. It's actually pretty good. I'm surprised that this one's not at 5 stars because there's not really much of anything wrong with it. You know, this is one of those cases where I see some 5-star scenarios where I don't think they deserve it, and then I look at this one and I'm like, well, if those do, then this certainly does. So yeah. You know, hordes of followers. Go download the scenario, play it. If you like it, and I suspect you probably will, give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up to the poor developer. He deserves it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If so, then I ask that you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.